This is CBN NewsWatch.
It is Wednesday, February 10th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Efrem Graham. Ahead today, the second impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump is underway, as now House managers try to make the case against him. But the overwhelming majority of Republican senators clearly do not believe the trial is constitutional. Electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla making a big investment in Bitcoin, another sign that digital currencies are the wave of the future. What is the future of the pro-life movement now that a strongly pro-choice president is in the White House? We're going to bring you the story of pro-lifers who say that despite the obstacles, there is reason for optimism. And Seattle Seahawks superstar quarterback Russell Wilson quoting scripture as he accepts the NFL's Man of the Year award. All those stories and more are ahead in today's edition of CBN NewsWatch. I want to begin this half hour with the second impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump. His legal defense team and those impeachment managers will each get 16 hours over 2 days to present their arguments. Abigail Robertson brings us a look at the first day of the historic trial.
House impeachment managers opened their part of the impeachment debate with a chilling 13-minute video from the January 6th attack. It showed clips from Trump's speech to supporters on the day of the riot.
After this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
Yeah! Let's take the Capitol.
Then it mixed in video of the mob storming through the Capitol barricades and attacking police officers.
That's a high crime and misdemeanor. If that's not an impeachable offense, then there is no such thing.
House impeachment managers, led by Congressman Jamie Raskin, argued a Senate decision that it's unconstitutional to impeach a president that's left office would set a dangerous precedent.
It's an invitation to the president to take his best shot at anything he may want to do on his way out the door, including using violent means to lock that door, to hang on to the Oval Office at all costs, and to block the peaceful transfer of power.
While Trump's lawyers denounced the rioters, they also argued their client's speech is protected by the Constitution.
We can't be thinking about that. We can't possibly be suggesting that we punish people for political speech in this country.
And accused Democrats of abusing impeachment for political gain.
A great many Americans see this process for exactly what it is: a chance by a group of partisan politicians seeking to eliminate Donald Trump from the American political scene and seeking to disenfranchise 74 million plus American voters.
But the House impeachment manager's argument eventually won the day.
If I'm an impartial juror and I'm trying to make a decision based upon the facts as presented on this issue, then the House managers did a much better job.
After the opening debate, Republican Senator Bill Cassidy joined 5 GOP colleagues and each Democrat in voting the trial is constitutional, a measure Cassidy voted against just last week.
They made a compelling argument. President Trump's team were disorganized. They did everything they could but to talk about the question at hand. And when they talked about it, they kind of glided over it, almost as if they were embarrassed of their arguments.
While a few other GOP senators acknowledge the House impeachment managers have presented a strong argument so far, the Senate still needs a 2/3 majority vote to convict President Trump, which as of now is unlikely. Reporting from Capitol Hill, Abigail Robertson, CBN News.
America's third largest school district is reopening. The Chicago Teachers Union approved a deal with the school district to get the children back to class during the coronavirus pandemic. Despite accepting the deal, the union criticized Mayor Lori Lightfoot's handling of the negotiations and the agreement itself. The first wave of students in kindergarten through 8th grade will be back to school Thursday. No plans have been set yet for high school students. The action comes during the nationwide debate about reopening schools amid COVID restrictions. Iran's intelligence minister warned the West his country could push for a nuclear weapon if crippling international sanctions remain in place. Mohammed Alavi said his country's nuclear program is peaceful, but if Iran is pushed in the direction of a nuclear weapon, it wouldn't be Iran's fault, but the fault of those who pushed it. Israel has long accused Iran of trying to develop nuclear weapons, which Iran has denied. Although Israel's military estimates Iran is still about 2 years away from being able to produce a bomb, a senior military official said the army believes Iran has made, quote, significant progress. Back here at home, electric automaker Tesla surprised the financial markets Monday with the announcement it has invested around $1.5 billion in the digital currency Bitcoin. And Tesla said it will begin accepting Bitcoin as payment soon. Many financial experts say it is only the latest step in the inevitable acceptance of digital currencies in the economy.
The trend is inexorable. I think that not just with Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrencies, stable coins, Tether, things like that those will become transactable currencies increasingly over the next 5 years. It's not going to happen overnight.
Tesla said it may increase investment in digital currencies and other alternative assets. Some experts believe digital currencies will eventually replace cash. And as Dale Hurd first reported late last year, the nation pushing hardest for digital money is also one of the most oppressive in the world, China.
China has begun trials of a new digital yuan, with the aim of becoming the first country in the world to offer a sovereign digital currency. This video explains it.
Unlike most other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which work outside the control of a central authority, the digital yuan will be the world's first that is state-owned, issued by the central bank. You can use digital yuan anywhere, since it works exactly like cash, except it's on your phone.
And it will be an international currency. Many in the financial world are looking forward to using a digital yuan in global trading.
So that is a new stage of the global trading settlement system. I believe the potential of that is going to be enormous.
Chinese officials say their new digital economy needs digital money, but it's already being seen as yet another way the Chinese government will be able to track its citizens. Unlike cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin that offer anonymity, the Chinese central bank will be able to monitor every transaction of the digital yuan. This in a country where citizens are already being monitored by hundreds of millions of facial recognition cameras and are given a social credit score and rewarded or punished according to their scores.
China is building what I think is a blueprint, a roadmap of persecution for other regimes around the world, and they're doing it with surveillance.
The new digital yuan is being sold to the Chinese public as convenient. But China expert Stephen Mosier, author of Bully of Asia, isn't buying it.
This is just another tool in the toolbox of the Chinese Communist Party. It's a way of raising the high-tech prison walls a little higher on the Chinese people. China will not only know where they go and who they talk to, they will know every penny that they spend.
And China is not alone. At least 12 nations are reportedly going into or are considering central bank digital currencies. Because physical money is largely untraceable, it's been called the last bastion of privacy. And that's probably a big reason the Chinese government wants to get rid of it. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Coming up with a new president in the White House, people in the pro-life movement are wondering what the future will be for their fight to end abortion in America. And although President Biden is a strong supporter of abortion rights, many pro-life believers there say there are still reasons to be optimistic. We're going to have that story for you when we come back.
Region's first ROTC graduate student.
4, 3, 2, 1. I'm Ephraim Graham. Welcome to Studio 5.
Get on it.
All that's new and now in the world of uplifting entertainment with celebrity interviews.
There's a higher contribution I will make.
Musical performances.
I'll give you my best praise.
Plus movie and TV news.
See it and be uplifted.
On Studio 5. Every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern at cbn.com/Studio 5.
How'd you like to get a redo on your health, on your body, on your arteries, so you could have the energy you had 20 years ago? The great news is you can. I'm Dr. Mike Roizen, chair of the Wellness Institute at the Cleveland Clinic. I've written 4 New York Times bestsellers. But even better than having to read all that, you can listen to this DVD and watch it. Protect your heart? Yes, you can. Here's how.
Go to CBN.com or call 1-800-700-7000 for your free copy of Protect Your Heart. Let the medical experts show you their new discoveries on how to avoid heart disease and even reverse it. Easy steps to uncover the hidden dangers in your medicine cabinet, reduce stress, and get a complete do-over for your health. Call 1-800-700-7000. That's 1-800-700-7000. Or go to CBN.com to claim your free copy of Protect Your Heart.
Get the top political news and analysis from Washington on Faith Nation, tonight at 6 Eastern, only on the CBN News Channel.
What's the future for the pro-life movement in America with a new president who strongly supports abortion rights? While many pro-lifers wonder what impact a Biden presidency may have on their fight to abolish abortion, others believe there is still reason to be optimistic. Paul Strand has the story.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Just after Joe Biden's inauguration,
A loving, generous, and gracious God.
pro-life Americans gathered for a memorial to the nation's 63 million aborted unborn and to pray that killing any more will become unthinkable. They also realize, however, they now face an administration likely to make abortion more acceptable than ever.
Tragically, this is the most pro-abortion president in American history, and if you look behind me, it's the most pro-abortion Congress.
It's going to be sad. A lot of good that the Trump administration did on the life issue. A lot of those things are going to be rolled back by the Biden administration. We're already seeing that.
Despite this sudden turn in Washington, 40 Days for Life official Steve Carlin sees reason for optimism.
Presidents change, legislators change, judges change, but God never changes. And the pro-life movement, including 40 Days for Life, I think has seen some of our biggest successes with pro-abortion presidents.
We went through 8 years of President Obama, saw abortions reduce and clinics closed. Same with President Clinton.
Maybe those wins came because pro-lifers pray and fight harder during those years. If that's the case, they're going to need that resolved now more than ever. Because with Democrats controlling both houses of Congress and the White House, it means a unified front making abortion more available.
That's unfortunately something the left is really focused on. And I know that in sex education classes and all these things happening in schools, they will definitely be pushing abortion more.
And the push will be for laws to make abortion feel more acceptable and right.
For all the talk that, well, you can't impose your morality via the law, you can't legislate morality, that's exactly what people look to the law to do, to help us do what is right and to help us avoid what is wrong.
One of the movement's goals might go too far, though, if they end the Hyde Amendment, a rule long supported by both sides. That means all American taxpayers would pay for federally funded abortions.
Not just, radical Democrats, but even moderate Democrats, as many maybe think Biden is, want to repeal the Hyde Amendment.
They'll argue that abortion is a right and even a necessity.
They claim that this is something that women have to have in order to be successful and so on. And so because of that, if poor women cannot afford it, the government has to pay for it.
And make taxpayers, Christians, church members, pro-life people responsible for paying for abortions.
And if you make it free, people will come.
There's definitely a movement to subsidize abortions, and what we subsidize, we will expect to increase.
Another fear of these big government moves, the Biden administration might well try to wipe out any state law that limits abortion more than national law. His campaign promised his Justice Department will do everything in its power to stop the rash of state laws that so blatantly violate Roe v. Wade. As it is, even now, Washington is basically unlimited in allowing abortions, even those into the 9th month of pregnancy. a practice also only allowed by countries like China and North Korea.
These gruesome late-term abortions, and man, when we find ourselves on a human rights list next to China and North Korea, it is a sign that something has gone dramatically wrong.
Meanwhile, Gill is concerned about the influence of celebrity culture.
They will probably elevate the voices of people like Michelle Williams and other celebrities who have talked about how they wouldn't have, their Golden Globe Award and so on if they hadn't gotten an abortion.
One result of all this could be a backlash among the American people. The majority tend to be far more anti-abortion than these proposed moves would allow.
There are radical views of 9-month abortions, taxpayer-funded abortions. Most Americans don't support either of those things.
It's going to be more difficult, and we're going to have to do a lot to resist some of the radically pro-abortion things they're going to try and pass.
Still, Carlin remains hopeful.
I think we will continue to see many lives saved and many abortion workers converted, and abortion facilities continue to go out of business at a record rate, regardless of what takes place in the Capitol.
If I was standing in front of the Capitol 30 years ago, there would have been 2,200 abortion clinics in America. Today, there's under 700. We are seeing Americans more embrace a culture of life, regardless of what happened in the elections on November 3rd.
Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.
Still ahead, meet the cast and creators of an uplifting film that has 10 Critics Circle Award nominations, a Golden Globe nomination, and lots of Oscar buzz. We'll explore the story behind Minetti when we get back.
Life is better with a good night's sleep. Get your free DVD or booklet of Protect Your Sleep today.
I'm Ephraim Graham, and this is Studio 5. Cruise with me as I discover the good things happening in the world of music, sports, television, and movies.
The fact that Ryan Coogler was going to be directing the film, I knew that something special was going to happen.
We'll chat with artists at the forefront of entertainment and explore the connection between popular culture and faith.
I asked my pastor, I said, well, does that mean I'm supposed to be a preacher? He says, well, no, you already have a pulpit.
Watch Studio 5, Wednesday night at 9:30.
Remember for a moment what it was like to be a child. You believed every story you were told. You saw a world full of endless possibilities. What stories will the world's orphaned and at-risk children believe? We believe the Bible tells the only story truly worth believing. We believe that every child should have the opportunity to dream, the chance to take challenges and turn them into possibilities, the chance to stand on the promises of God, to recognize their place in the greatest story ever told. They have their whole lives ahead of them. Theirs is a world of endless possibilities. They are looking for a story to believe. We will tell them that story. Will you join us?
Writer and director Lee Isaac Chung's fourth feature film is his most personal. It's loosely based on his life. The premise, a Korean family moves to an Arkansas farm in search of their American dream.
David, look! They're wheels! Wheels? 여기 대체 어디야?
집이지? 우리 새로 시작한다고 그랬잖아.
What a wonderful day to be in the house of the Lord. If you're here with us for the first time, please stand. What a beautiful family.
How does it feel to be the breakout star of this film?
It feels amazing.
How's your daddy like that new farm? He growing things good, doing things right?
Yes.
미국 애들은 할머니랑 같이 방 쓰는 거 싫어한다던데.
How did you relate to her? Do you know this woman?
No. Boy, pretty boy.
I'm not pretty. I'm good looking.
She's very spontaneous, like me. So, well, we built up that character, I think, together. And of course, Isaac said later, after we finished the film, His grandmother is not like me at all.
I don't like Grandma.
쟤는 안 그래요. 한국애니까.
Grandma smells like Korea.
야, 뭐라고? Grandma smell?
Stephen, how personal was this story for you? Did you see your family in this film?
While all the parameters aren't necessarily exactly the same, I feel the same convictions and the same arguments in the same ways that we miss each other, the same ways that we do communicate and miscommunicate love. And so, yeah, I definitely saw those things.
우리 여기 있다가 망할 거야. 애들을 위해서라도 한 번 더 생각해 볼 수 있잖아.
애들도 한 번쯤 아빠가 뭔가 해내는 거 봐야 될 거 아니야.
How emotional was the journey in bringing it to life?
That was always the thing that was the hardest with this project, was trying to keep my emotions in check, because obviously it's so personal. And on set, I don't want to be, trying to direct and breaking out into tears all the time. That just wouldn't work. I processed a lot as I was working on this film and kept a lot to myself. And I just find myself many times as I think about it and as I watch it and consider like what Stephen did and Alan did to help make this project. My heart is full. That's all I could say about it.
Stephen, how important do you think it is that we all get to see this?
The thing that resonates for me the most is this feeling of connection. Right now, we are all kind of living an immigrant existence in isolation and in exile. And I think we all feel alone right now. And for this film, which I think we were seeking to connect, I hope it does that. I hope people feel that feeling.
We need to find water somewhere. If that soil ain't wet, we're gonna lose the crop.
The faith that united these families who came from different places and ended up, here where they are in the film, how pivotal was that faith? How necessary was that for them, you think?
The faith was very necessary when it comes to seeing each other clearly, or I felt like that was something in my own family. When it's a faith that causes you to humble yourself in a way and to love others and to embrace each other, those are the things that I hold on to in my childhood when it comes to that journey of faith. When it's faith to conquer the land or things like that can disappoint. But it's really, there's a deeper thing that goes on when it's about us, like the communion of people.
결혼하면서 했던 말 기억나? 미국에 가서 서로를 구해주자고 했던 거.
Yuri-han, there's a lot of award buzz surrounding this film and a lot of high praise. Why do you think people have embraced it so?
I think this film is a story that can resonate with a lot of people. Everyone carries with them memories of their childhood, and I think this film provides an opportunity for them to reflect on those memories.
엄마, 이런 총구석까지 와서 그렇게 말씀 안 하셔도 돼요.
아니, 여기서 왜 또 총구석이 나와?
총구석에 사니까 얘가 배우는 게 없어서 버르장머리가 없잖아.
It's a film that means a lot to me, and if it can meet people in their lives to reconnect with people at their home and with their families. I think a lot of us are missing our families right now. So if it could speak into that, I'd love that.
Such a beautiful film. Want to remind you, you can watch Minari this Friday. It is in theaters, and the film distribution company A24 has even launched an A24 screening room where you can soon watch the film online. For more on this film and uplifting entertainment stories, be sure to check out Studio 5. There's an all-new edition tonight. You can watch it at 8:30 Eastern on the CBN News Channel. Coming up, Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson shares scriptures as he accepts the NFL Man of the Year award. We'll have that story for you when we come back. Stay with us.
Life is better with a good night's sleep. Get your free DVD or booklet of Protect Your Sleep. as the world watches from the outside.
It's a big diplomatic tug of war here in the Middle East.
Go inside the story with Jerusalem Dateline.
Israeli archaeologists are talking about a discovery that could change the thinking about the Temple Mount.
Join CBN Jerusalem Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell and get the biblical perspective on the events shaping the world.
What starts in Israel then ends up going to other places.
Watch Jerusalem Dateline, Friday night at 9:30 on the CBN News Channel.
Life. It's meant to be lived fully. Jesus said it. I came to give you life. Life to the fullest. Life in your family. Life in your finances. Life in your body, mind, and spirit. Life in your everyday. At CBN.com, we're taking what Jesus said seriously. We're here to help you discover life. Life. Live it fully. CBN.com.
Young people, millennials, are flocking to church.
It's not an exaggeration to say that we love to meet them and that we love to know their stories.
Check out the CBN News Daily Rundown podcast each weekday with me, Caitlin Burke. Click on the show tab at cbnnews.com where you can listen and subscribe.
Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson rephrased the New Testament scripture when he accepted the 2020 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award this weekend. Wilson credited his father in his short acceptance speech, saying he told him, "Son, love changes things." And he said, to America, to the world, love is patient, love is kind, love changes things. The great Walter Payton once said, "We are stronger together than we are alone." Dad, I think Walter was right. To the young boy or girl who has a dream, who wants to make a difference, remember this one thing: love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love changes things. Thank you. Wilson became a follower of Jesus Christ when he was a teenager, and he's been outspoken about his faith since the beginning of his football career. Time now for your Wednesday word, and today's word is creator. It comes with this reminder: you are God's creation, and the Creator sees you as his masterpiece. You are his design, and guess what? He makes no mistakes. Remember that as you look in the mirror. This is a great day to see yourself as God, your Creator, sees you. That is going to do it for this edition of CBN Newswatch. Remember, you can always find more of our programs on the CBN News Channel at any time. You can also find them online at cbnnews.com. We'd love to know what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can email us at the address right there at the bottom of your screen, newswatch@cbn.com. And, of course, you can reach out and touch us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We hope you'll join us again right here next time. Make it a wonderful Wednesday. We'll see you right back here, same time tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, everybody, and God bless.